Looks like we are ready to go here. Hopefully you can hear me. If you are tuning into the stream right now, please help me do a sound check. Let me know if you can hear my microphone, if I'm coming through loud and clear. Let me know if you can see my screen. Let me know if you can hear the music. And then I will go ahead and get started in a minute. And also feel free to type in the chat if you're on YouTube. Say hi. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, sounds like audio is good, visual is good. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So thank you for joining the stream. Tonight we are going to be working on a promotional video. Hey Noor, thanks for joining us. Tonight we're working on a promotional video for Noor's book, Noor Skolfani. Yep, Purple Sunset. So this is the book. And so we're just gonna do a 30 to 60 second video. If you haven't checked out this book yet, I'll put details in my video link so you guys can pick it up. It's a wonderful book about poetry, but we'll get more into that as we go along here. All right, so if it's your first time joining the stream, I do this stream just for fun, just to give myself some accountability. I have a huge bucket list of design projects that I've wanted to do over the years, and that list just gets longer. So this forces me to tackle some of that. I love technology. I love media. I love graphics. I love animation. I love design. And so this is just a forum for me to spend at least a couple hours a week. And if I do it in front of a live audience, at least the thought is that I will actually get stuff done. So this show is about getting stuff done. And that's what I'm going to do. All right, so let's jump right into it. So with that, I'm going to switch over to my live view here. All right. And as I mentioned, we're doing a personal project. So let's close this up. And the project's going to be for this book, Purple Sunset. So where do I start? So one of the places I want to start is with a storyboard. And I'm going to be pulling from a bunch of sources I have. So I've downloaded a storyboard template, and let me go ahead and open it up. This storyboard template comes from boards.com. You can get your own free storyboard template at boards.com. I love giving credit to people who deserve it because they certainly save time. So what we're going to do here is just create some simple storyboards to see what we want to do with this video. And I did some research because, to be honest, this is my first time doing a promotional video for a book. So I didn't even know what that was until I did some research. And so I have a couple ideas. And so I'm going to storyboard some panels. These are basically scenes. Each one of these will be 5 to 10 seconds. So hopefully that ends up somewhere around 30 to 60 seconds. But let's go ahead and jump in. And Noor was kind enough to provide me with a bunch of materials. So I'm going to be using my Wacom tablet here. Bear with me a second. I want to get this set up so I can see my notes and the screen at the same time. All right, so I'm going to use my Wacom tablet here. This is just a simple drawing tablet. Comes with a pen, and so you can draw on the screen, and you can see my cursor moving around there. Might help if I use a brush. There you go. Might help if I use a dark color. So you can see. Alright, and this is opaque. Let's try that. Oh, there you go. There you go. Alright, so we're going to have some fun. We're going to draw some storyboards, and that should take us about 5-10 minutes. Let me move, make some more space on my desk here. Music is courtesy of Spotify. This is royalty-free music playing in the background here. I do not have a premium Spotify account, so I apologize to all you music lovers. You will hear ads, also courtesy of Spotify, but that's okay, because we're getting free music, so no worries there. Alright, so these are going to be sequences, just not in any specific order, but we definitely need to show the cover of the book. So, where's the book? That's the cover of the book. So we're going to have a storyboard where we show the cover of the book. Pardon my horrible drawing here. And this is going to be Purple Sunset. And then we are going to have the author's name. Let me not try to draw that. So it's probably going to make sense to open with that, what the book is and who wrote it. Another sequence I want to get done is reader quotes or reader testimonials. Alright, so let's just call this I love this book. And so as you can see, part of the storyboarding process is just to try and get an idea. And so this is going to be, I'll just take some notes down here. Reader testimonials. And Noor was kind enough to provide a few of those. This is going to be, hey Mariam, thanks for joining. This is going to be like the introduction, probably. There might be a possibility I want to start right off the bat with a quote or a poem from the book, but we'll see. The nice thing about this is that you can, and there's the ads for Spotify. Let me see if we can turn this off. Boop. Alright. I think only I can hear the ad now. I'll have to remember to start the music again, but so I'm going to say start with poem, because there's a chance that I may want to start with a short poem and then show the book cover, but we'll see. All right, what else do we got to work with here? We have, I don't think we have any critical reviews, but we actually, as I just mentioned, we have passage from book. And that'll be like an excerpt or a passage. I think one of the things here is like it's a video. It's going to be short, and people have to be able to read text in a short amount of time. So I can't have a whole block of text. I can't have people reading a video. So I need to keep the text small and short and sweet and simple. So the excerpts are going to be short and maybe broken into multiple screens. And this is just going to be, roses are red. This is just, again, I'm sketching here, so this is not an actual poem from the book. Please don't get offended. But this is just an example of, this just reminds me that I'm going to have a sequence that's going to show an excerpt from the book. And then Noor also provided some really beautiful photography, so I'll see if I can use it, if it fits like the screen format. And maybe we may use that as a background for the poetry. I also did get quite a few, not quite a few, I got a couple motion graphics backgrounds, so those can be used. And of course this whole thing is going to be have a music soundtrack, and we'll look at that too. We're going to do some of the work in Photoshop, and then we're going to switch to Premiere. I don't think I'll get it all done tonight, so this will be probably part 1 of 2. And depending on this, how this goes, we'll see if I broadcast the second portion or if I just show the final product. All right, so Purple Sunset book promo. All right, what other sequences do we got here? Oh, yeah, I don't know if Noor had any interest in doing a voiceover of her reading her own poem. I may record a quick thing myself. I don't think I have a nice voice, so we'll see if she can do it, or if she wants to see if she can find a friend or somebody with a nice voice to do it. Whenever I need to do voices for anything, I find a friend who has a British accent, because in my mind, British accents always sound cooler than American accents. But anyways, let's see what else we got. All right, so another thing is the availability, right? So how to get, and I'm jumping around here on purpose, but we may want to do how to get the book. So we may say something like available on Amazon or something like that. And we maybe will put a link. But that's basically, this is just a sketch to say that we're going to have a scene that shows some availability, which is really, if I'm taking notes here, how to get the book. So which platforms is it available? Like, so assuming the video does its job and it impresses somebody and they're like, you know, I want to get this book, how do I get it? Then that last 2 seconds or 5 seconds of the video will be like how to get the book. Of course, we don't have to do this because wherever Noor decides to post it, which by the way, I think she wants to post it on all social media like YouTube, Instagram, whatever the cool kids are using these days. I'm sure she will have a description there and links on how to get the book. So if the video starts to run long, this is probably one thing I would cut at the end because this can be done in the text of the video and things like that. All right. And actually, I'm going to move this over here. Another thing that is probably something we can cut is the credits. So when I say credits, like, I don't care to be credited for the video at all. I don't need my name anywhere in it, but I probably am going to use music and motion graphics from other sites and authors. They're just free. They're gonna, you know, with the time and budget I have, it's gonna save a lot of time. So so we want to credit the authors for any used music or video footage. And so we'll see where we end with that, how much we actually use. And that also is something that doesn't have to go in the video, especially like a 30-second video. There's no real need to do that. You can, again, put that tiny in the text of your video description. That's probably the best place to put it. But I'm going to just put it here. Again, probably won't do it as part of the video, but I just want to make sure I keep a note of that. All right, so let's get to something a little bit funner and see if we missed anything here on our list. Okay, so I have a couple, I'm supposed to turn the music back on. And actually I'm gonna pause Spotify for a sec. All right, so I did some research and I'm gonna share with you a couple sources because I can do all of this myself, but why spend hours if other people have already put together templates and footage? It doesn't make sense to do that. Hey bro, salam, thanks for joining the live stream. Yeah, so I can do virtually everything you're about to see, but again, it takes hours. It doesn't make sense really to do this in a live stream. So I'm gonna play this video. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Some of these video clips I have are, and some of these media I found are things I'm gonna be using through this process. I want to credit the owners. This one here is just for inspiration. I want you to pay attention to this video and some of the things that are going on in here. I might pause it, and this all has to do with you know, as an artist and as a designer, pulling references, using tools and resources. I think a lot of people have a misconception that you create every single thing from scratch, and I think there's, you know, some quotes is like, all good art is stolen? No. Imitation? All good art is imitation? Something like that. But really, you know, it's just looking at references, getting ideas, and so that's what we're going to do here. Because, again, I've never made one of these videos, so let's look at some, you know, templates and stuff. So this one's from Mina Pitcher. This is on the website motionarray.com. And I'm going to go ahead and play. I may pause it. So this starts with a little bit of an introduction to the book. It gives the title and the author. They got a fly-in of the book cover. You know, we can do something similar. I was probably going to use a static image, but if I have time or I just have the enthusiasm for it, I may do something more fancier with like 3D flipping of a book and stuff. So after the intro, it gives some quotes from readers. So again, these are very short. I like the 5 stars because even if you don't read it, conceptually you pick up a 5-star. So even if you don't have time to really process and read the quote, you seeing 5 stars gives an element of, hey, this book is good, right? So I like seeing that. Preview. So it's got 1 quote, 2 quotes, and 3 quotes. Preview. All right, so I'm going to take a note of that for reader testimonials. I'm going to say, no more than 3 quotes is my optical? Okay. Quotes. Is that how you spell quotes? Don't think so. Okay. All right, so let's continue here. So again, at the end here, they're saying available now. We kind of got that, and they're telling you how to get it. So I don't know if Noor has a site for the book. If Noor, you do, if it's like purplesunset.com or something, let me know. Of course, send me all the links later. You don't have to send them now. Don't worry. We'll figure it out. But yeah, how can someone get? I got a note to do that as well. All right. So, and that one was 25 seconds. So, and I think 60 seconds is a little long. So we'll see. We'll see how much we get. All right. What else do we got here? We got this thing here. Let's start from the beginning. So I like the music. So this is actually advertising a template, but you can see they have the book flipping around, and this is something again I might do. But they also have the quotes. Again, this one's leading with the 5 stars, and then I like how they switch the quotes from the left to right side. So I picked this one because I really liked just how the motion of it. So this is interesting, and it's kind of what I was talking about. They led with the quotes, so they get your buy-in first. That like this book is really good, and then they mention the author. And I think that depends, right? Like if it's a really well-known author, you lead with the author, and if it's not as well-known author, then you lead with the subject matter. You know, if Noor was a nationally famous author, we would lead, you know, Noor Scalfani, right? Because you're interested in her. With this, I think I might lead with the book content, like people who are interested in, you know, poetry and things like that. So it's just something to think about. Of course, we can switch segments and things like that. All right, so it's just showing the same thing over and over again. Let's look at other resources we have. So again, this video, you know, comes from Envato Market. That's a template that you can purchase from them. Not going to do that. Gonna stick to just content we can produce ourselves, if not free content. All right, so this is a cool site, Cover Vault. And I may get Noor to weigh in here, if not live, later. But definitely check this guy out if you are a book, if you're self-publishing and you're doing. This guy's awesome. He provides Photoshop templates for book cover artwork, and so you really can scroll like this. So imagine we're going to take the cover of Purple Sunset. I don't think my camera is doing justice. There you go. Yeah. So we're going to take this beautiful cover here, and we can really impose it on any of these backgrounds. And so this guy provides the templates to do that. Again, of course, I could do any of this myself, but this is going to save me an hour or two, and he does it really well. So this is beautiful, and he makes it really easy. So we can scroll through here, and we can find one. You know, maybe we want to put the cover of Purple Sunset here. We put the back. I don't think Noor gave me a back. So that's okay. We can always sample the color, and it's not too complex, so we could probably design our own version of the back that looks the same. But there's certainly ones with just the front cover. So I'll probably pick one. Oh, hey Ben. Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for watching. Hope I'm not boring you guys to death, but you know, feel free to you know, for you guys who are watching, it looks like we got 3 viewers now. Jump in, jump out. This is all going to be recorded, so if you miss it, don't worry. It's everything gets recorded and posted to my YouTube channel later. All right, so just going through here, these are obviously kids' books. This is something for a mystery. Something like this might be kind of fun. We don't want a fantasy background, but we could take one of the beautiful photographs that Noor did, and we could stick it back here, and we could have a really cool cover here. This is, again, a murder mystery. Something simple like this would work as well. Something like this with nature in it. Noor has a lot of poetry about nature and so forth. So taking something like this, we could do that. So yeah, I wanted to both showcase this site and mention that this is what we're going to be doing. So I will pick one of these. This is like beautiful. This would probably work well for Noor's book. And maybe I'll pick one or two and we'll see. But yeah, this is another resource. What else do we got here? I was thinking about playing with this effect. So I might do something, and this is one of the ones where it's more time sensitive, but I might take something like the text Purple Sunset and take one of the photographs and kind of interlace the text with it. I'm not sure if I want to do that because I may just take the book cover and show it. All right, this is the storyboard I downloaded. Again, that's from boards.com. These are motion graphics that I downloaded. So you can see here I have very subtle in the background, just these falling stars. So these are free. And these are just going to add another dimension of 3D and just another nice thing to have in the video background while we're showing the text. I tried to find stuff with purple in it. So we have purple rays because that is the theme of the book. We also need to make sure it doesn't clash. This one is the one that's not purple but has some nature. I just thought it was kind of a pretty moonlit ocean. So we'll see. This could be something where, like, we have the poem off here to the left. Maybe we have someone reading it. Sorry, I'm reading chat. And so there's a couple of these. And so I may leverage these as sort of background so you can imagine, like, the author's name coming in over some of these backgrounds. I also took a look at some songs, and some of these were premium, the ones that I liked, but certainly the free ones. And this is the type of thing I'll work out with Noor. We'll find a music track that works for her, but I'll play some of these. So I'm going to try to find, I think Noor sent me a description of what she was looking for. Let's see here. In terms of music. Something uplifting but not overly dramatic. Yeah, so I don't know that any of these are great, but I'll play them. This one's kind of ethereal a little bit. Sounds a little spooky, actually. I was thinking, I guess, towards this part it gets a little bit more enlightening, but we'll see. This is a fun one. It's premium though, so we'll have to see. Woohoo, 5 viewers. Hey everybody, welcome. We are doing a promotional video for a book, so I'm just going through some of the content material I put together for this, and then as part of this process we're going to put it all together in a promotional video. So this is just some music I'm looking through as potential music. Okay, I don't know that I love any of that music, but music's one of those things where you do the video, you kind of lay down the track, and you see you see what works with the video. And so that's the nice thing about this, is all of this can be swapped in and out. So if we don't like something, we can replace it pretty easily. All right, so this is Unsplash. So anyone who's a designer or just looking to get images, Unsplash is amazing. It's royalty-free photos, high resolution, high quality photos that are free. And so if you could do any kind of design work, Unsplash is an amazing resource. So for instance, the book is called Purple Sunset. So I'm going to type in purple, and I get all these amazing purple images with purple in them. So had Noor not provided me with amazing photography, there's the sources here that we can use, right? And we still may use this for some. It just depends whether what she provided kind of works out in terms of formatting. We can also type in, into our search here, sunset. And again, beautiful images, right? So you can kind of imagine we take one of these images and we put one of Noor's poems. I should probably read one of these just so you guys can get a feel for this. And I haven't read the entire book yet, but I've read quite a few poems, and they are all very beautiful. So trying to pick a small one so I don't have to torture you guys with my voice. Yeah, so a lot of these images are of lakes, right? So here's one, the lake. As I found myself sitting by a lake, I found the lake also with me. When I looked at my reflection in the lake, I saw the lake looking at me. And so that's just one example of a poem that Noor has. And so you can imagine like the words one line at a time coming onto the screen, and we've got this beautiful background. So those are some of the things we're looking at doing here. All right, and lastly here, before we leave this source, let's type in Purple Sunset, see what comes up. All right, so quite a few beautiful images there too. All right, so yeah, absolutely. So there's lots to work with here. All right, this is nice too. And we're going to be using like probably some kinesthesis, which is just instead of having video all the time, you just take a still image and you just use motion graphics to move that up and down or left and right. You pan across and zoom in and out. It's a common effect used in documentaries and things like that, where, if you're doing a documentary about something that happened in the 1960s and all you have is like old photographs, a lot of times what you'll see is people use kinesthesis to slowly pan in and out, just so they're not just showing an image on the screen. And so we'll use some of that too. All right, other resources, let's see. So this is a tutorial on how to do the cool spinning 3D book thing. Let's see.
Now create a new
Yeah, so this is something that's going to take time. I have to watch the tutorial. I know in concept how to do it. You basically have to use you have to basically create a 3D object in After Effects. So this is a flat surface, that's a flat surface, and it actually gives the illusion that the book is 3D. And so that is something just for fun I might do. So we'll see. It's all depending on time. I don't think we need it, but it might be just fun to do. All right, how to stop my late Facebook live stream? Yeah, I did a live stream on Facebook for the first time to get an audience here, and it looks like that worked. I think 5 people is the most audience I've had at some point. I think I've had up to 9, but yeah, it was like, how do I stop this live stream? So it was my first time doing a Facebook Live, and again, this is all about learning. So I learned something, so that's good. All right, and I think that is it. So I've covered all the resources. Um, let's go back to our storyboard. I think our storyboard has enough. I think the title, the quotes, an excerpt from the poem, and then an available, right? This is like 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. That's 40 seconds. And if some of these go longer or shorter, that'll put us squarely between our 30 to 40 seconds. So I think we're good. We've got a plan. So I just spent 40 minutes coming up with a plan. And I've got all the material. And I've shared all the material. So yeah, my viewerships is saying I need more exciting content. Yeah, that's the problem. Watching me work is watching me work is not exciting. I don't think it'll ever be exciting. The point of this is not necessarily to be exciting. The point of this is to get stuff done. So this is how the sausage gets made, and this is just part of the process. So the process is not always fun. But yeah, if you find this boring, then check in the live recording, and I'll post the final product. That'll be the exciting thing, not the journey. In this case, the journey is more for me, and then the destination will be hopefully an awesome promo video. So yeah, if you're watching the stream, no hard feelings. If you want to join, leave anytime. It's all good. All right, should we take a 2-minute intermission? I'm going to get some water. I'm going to grab a chair because I'm standing right now, and then I will be right back. We're actually going to start on actually building something. So I will be right back. All right. Intermission. This is like a Desi movie now. All right, so hey chat, how's it going? I'll take a break to look at chat. Anyone have any questions before we dig in? See, my brother is ragging on me. I need to stream Among Us. So I am thinking about doing a gaming stream on Sundays, maybe. We'll see, but it'll be a different audience than the Facebook audience, I think. And I'm not really interested in views. So I think people assume that when you do something like this, there's some sort of scheme going on, like I'm trying to get rich off of this. I'm not. And I don't really care if anybody watches. It's just having this live that anyone in the world can watch, even having 0 viewers, but knowing that someone can view the recording later, incentivizes me to make sure I get it done. Because if I didn't have somebody watching me, I wouldn't have any accountability, and then I would just get lazy and say, I'd rather do something else right now. So this is great. This is me learning. And so, yeah, it's not too exciting, but that's okay. I have a good job, and alhamdulillah, and so I don't need like extra income or anything like that. So not trying to get too many views here. All right. So where should we start? This is our storyboard. I think I want to start with the cover. So let's go back to our cover site. All right, so which one of these guys do we want? Maybe I'll do two. So this one's good. I like this one because it's crisp. And the book is thinner compared to some of these other books, so you can see kind of this. Oh, and I'm sorry, I'm not streaming the right view here. You guys want to be able to see what I'm working on. So let's switch to our live view. All right, there you go. So now you can see what I'm looking on, and let me start the music back up. Of course, we'll probably get an ad from Spotify. All right. By the way, let me pull up the photos that Noor sent me. I think that's maybe one of the last resources. Let me see if they made it to my photo archive. Don't think they did. Okay, so I'll have to get those sent from my phone. I'm not going to do that right now. But I will, I guess I'll use Unsplash, and then I will replace it with one of Noor's images at a later point. Alright, so I like this one, and then maybe we'll do something with this one just for fun. Alright, so let's start with this. So I'm going to download the Photoshop file. I'm going to move that into my Purple Sunset folder. All right. Okay, so let's see how easy this is. So we have front cover here. This is a smart image. And what happens? Yeah, so I'm going to copy Noor's cover. Noor was worried that this wouldn't be high resolution, but let's find out. I think that's perfect, actually. All right, save it. Now here's the magic. Here's the magic. Boom. How awesome is that? It's pretty awesome, right? All right, let's do that with the back cover, which I don't have. What I'm gonna do is quickly make one. I think. Did Nora send me this text? I hope she did. If not, I'm just gonna make something up and get it from her later. All right, so I'm gonna be quick and sloppy here. Actually, I can just. Oops. Alright, I'm assuming the back of the book is the same exact color as the front. I'm going to save this as cover. I'm going to save this as back. Alright, let me check and see. I think Nora sent me a description. Purple Sunset. Okay, I don't have the exact text for the back of the book, but that's okay. I'll get that from Nora later. I do have this other text she sent me, and the text color looks like it's just a darker purple. So at some point I can get this perfect, but that's okay for now.
Winter, it's a great time to try new activities. And with Sierra's incredible prices on fitness accessories,
So we just want to get this close.
you'll be able to get active for less.
And then, let's see. Apologize for the Spotify ads, guys. One day I'll get Spotify Premium.
Small businesses are the foundation of our communities, and right now they're facing extraordinary challenges. That's why at Facebook we've
Alright,
expanded our support
let's see.
to
So
adapt and grow online, while many of their
what I'm trying to do is mimic this as close as possible the text on the back of this on the back of the book. So,
for free tools and resources
and again, it doesn't have to be exact. This looks like it's using a serif font.
/resource.
So my guess is Arial. Wish I had one of my expert designer friends on here. They could tell me probably exactly what font this was.
Every dollar spent, like Pro Extra Dollars, the tool rental credit, and more. New members get $20 off their next in-store purchase of $200 or more.
Arial is not a sans serif font. What am I thinking? Times?
Pro Extra. New year, more
I mean, Arial is not a serif font.
at the Home Depot.
All right.
Doers get more.
So this looks close. All right, let's go with times for now. And yeah, that's good. All right. So I'm going to save this as the back cover. Which I think I did. I messed up my window. Hold on. That's funny. Spotify just started playing Desi music randomly. Just trying to fix my, there it goes. There you go. Alright. Just trying to fix my, view here. Alright, so let's go back to this. Alright. I'm going to leave off the barcode. I don't think Nora cares about that, but we'll see. All right, and we go back to our cover. Okay. This needs to be bigger, I think. What's going on there? Let me see. Oh, yeah. I didn't take up the full, there you go. So save that. All right. Perfect. All right, and so this one's done. I'm gonna save this as 3D book cover 1, and I will send Noor this image so she can just use this in any promotional stuff she wants outside of the video. But I'm gonna go ahead and save this, and then we're gonna do one more just because that was so fun. We're gonna do one more. Okay. So I will, I'll keep this open for now. Hey, Sarah Ahmed, thanks for joining the stream. The whole family is watching. Oh man, pressure is on. I know we got some critics over there, Azim. So thanks for joining. We're just working on a promotional video for a book. Stick around for as long as you like, but you know, no hard feelings if you guys want to drop in and out. All right, so the other one I want to try this just for fun. You know, you got to keep things fun for the artist too, right? So let's do this one. So I'm going to download that. Show in folder. I'm going to move this over. Which one was it? Oh, yeah, it's this one. Oops, that wasn't that one. There it is. All right, sweet. So now we're going to open this one up. Okay. And just again, to give credit to the real artist here for these templates, this is Mark. So say hello, Mark, and go check out Mark's site. If you're doing your own promotion, he offers these templates. They're free. Again, I could do them, but man, this saves me so much time, and they're awesome. So, you know, thanks, Mark. All right, so let's do this again. So we're going to open up the cover here. And we are going to find our purple sunset cover, which is what I do with it. There it is. Okay. Now I've got too many windows open. All right. I'm going to copy this. And we're going to find the cover. We're going to paste here. We want to make sure this is the right size. So this one's a little bit smaller. That's okay. It's not too much smaller. Nothing we cannot handle. All right. So we're going to save. And magic. Voila. Okay, now the other thing we want to do, for some reason I don't think Nora's going to go for this one, but let's see what we can do with the background here. So this is, so they've got lighting effects, and then they've got this castle background here. Where's all that? Shadow, book corner, highlight, the book. Rocky foundation. That's nice. Oh, here's the background. Okay, there it is. Okay. All right, so we don't want a floating castle. Let me see if the pictures that Noor sent showed up in my Google Drive. I'm probably just doing something wrong, so. I'm going to work with Unsplash right now, and then I can always replace images later. So let's go back to our sites again, pulling from these wonderful sources here. So we want something that's going to work with this background here. So of course I did a search for purple sunset. I think, you know, let's pull, we're going to pull three images here. So I kind of like this. I don't know. I just like space and astronomy. So I'm going to download this. Show in folder. And of course we should credit, you know, the photographers and stuff here if we end up using them. So I'm going to call this background 1. Let's choose 2 other backgrounds here. Let's do our search for sunset. This is kind of pretty. This is the process where you just try a bunch of stuff and see what sticks, right? I'm gonna name this one background 2. And let's do one more, okay? This time we're gonna do the purple sunset combo. And the reason I only want to do 3 is just to get a sense, a feel for a couple different ones. Like, you could spend hours on this. Like, I could spend hours just looking for the right image. But really just picking 3 will kind of get me a sense. And then if I want to spend more time, I can do that. And part of the process is, or at least the way I like to work, is iteratively. So I like to get a little foundation, and then I like to Cyber Bob Ross over here. Thanks, bro. I like to get the foundation laid and then come back and add another layer and come back and add another layer. So everything's going to be rough, and then we're going to add polish, and then we're going to add polish, and we're going to refine, we're going to change stuff. So I'm going to pick 3 here. Yeah, I talk a lot. My coworkers will attest to that. They have to put up with me being philosophical all the time. Okay. The thing is, some of these are beautiful, but they're not going to work with that rocky scene we have. Something like this might work. Let's try it. Of course, none of these may work, and that's fine too. Okay. So I'm going to drop in the 3 backgrounds. Don't need all these folders open. these are smart objects, meaning they're non-destructive. We can scale them. Like this little hitchhiker guy, but he might be cut out. We'll see what we can do with that. Gotta make this smaller to scale it properly. And the beautiful thing about Unsplash, the website, they have, I'm gonna turn off this music, sorry, or this ad. Alright, hopefully you guys can't hear the ad anymore. Alright, so I'm gonna bring these 3 backgrounds down underneath the book layer. And let's just see. Okay, so this is the original. Okay, so this one doesn't look too bad. I don't know about how I feel about this mist. We could probably get rid of the mist. But you can kind of see, and we probably don't need the lightning either. But I don't know. We could take it or leave it, I guess. All right. Let's see. Okay. Huh. All right. So this doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look great either. But that's something we can look at. The other one, this is kind of pretty. I think I would maybe do a little bit of work to try and get the rocks to match a little bit better with the background, and maybe even get rid of the background. I mean, get rid of this. Just keep this part here. And I could probably bring in some of the rocks over here if I wanted to, like take this rocks and put it here. I don't know, these flower petals might be throwing things off, and maybe I can hide those. Those on a separate layer. Roses. Yeah, so we can hide the roses. Depending on the scenery. And then like even this, the drape shadow. Where's the actual drape? There it is. So we could do something like this, right? What about this guy here? Yeah. I think if we were going to go with this, I would try to match the color of the rocks. So maybe make them a little bit more red, like that. And we could even maybe paint some of the texture of this rock onto that. But it's really all a matter of work. If we're gonna put like the sort of the least effort and not spend hours on this, then something like that might be okay. And then again, I would probably try to match the colors of these rocks to some of the stones here. So maybe a little darker like that or something. Maybe bump the blue in the rocks a little bit more. Yeah, so that starts to look a little bit more like these rocks here. You can see this. Right, so that's all just Photoshop, and then, you know, if we want, we can add in this again. All right, so of course we would need to do the same thing with the top of the rock here. So just again, a little bit darker, a little bit bluer. Yeah, so now it looks like it's all kind of part of the same scene a little bit. And this is the drape shadow. We don't need, is it the drape shadow? Where's that shadow coming from? A corner shadow. Yeah, so we might not need this corner shadow because there's no drape. Yeah. So this is not bad here. Right, and of course this leaves a lot of space here. So we've got two contenders. I'm gonna save this one. File, save as, 3D book cover 2. Man, we haven't even started the video part of this. Okay. That's okay. Alright, we have our happy little sunset there. So we got that one, and then we got this one here. Close up some of these other screens here. Get it side by side. There you go. All right, so we got a couple options there we can use for the video. The nice thing is that a lot of the stuff is on separate layers. So like if we want to animate a background in here, so I can drop this book in, and then if I want to put in like a motion graphic background, I can do that. Of course, let's see here. We can add in our own background. So like for instance, if I wanted to, see if this works. Yeah. So I could do that if I wanted. I could do something like that. That's not going to stretch. That's okay. So there's all kinds of things we could do, but this just kind of looks nice on its own little background here. Another thing we could do if we wanted to was just, add a gradient background. So some purples here. So probably would want to do something a little more subtle. That looks like a sunset, right? So there's a lot we could do there. All right, but like I said, these are the things you can spend hours on. We're not going to do that. Okay. So these two are basically what we wanted to do for this. And, we may just juxtaposition these a little bit different. So we might have like the book over here, and then we might have Purple Sunset by Noor Skalfani. So text could come in here. But this sets it up. So I think we've accomplished the material for this first scene. All right, what else we want to do here? So we do have a few reader quotes that Noor sent me. She did not provide names for those, but that might be okay. That's kind of up to her. Typically, you would put the name of the person, so we'll see about that. But the thing is, some of these quotes are a little bit long. Here, I'll share what I'm looking at. So, I believe if I've copied these right, I may not be putting these carriage returns in the right spot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I would probably pick like some smaller quotes out of these. So this one right here, right? This is just a nice quote. So I'll just show it on here, for example. Okay, I need to clean that up. Okay. And let me make this bigger so you can actually see it. Okay. And again, this is where I wish I had my designer friends, because I can never find the right font for anything. All right, well, let's see. So I think I'm gonna make up a name here. And I'll get the actual person later, but I just want a placeholder for that. And so this is all going in a video, so this is going to be animated on the screen. Come on. And we may want to do the star thing. I'll have to ask Noor, but we might want to show like 5 stars or whatever. And let me see if I want to do something different with the fonts. No. It's Times New Roman. I'm going to move out the name for now into a different layer. It's just complicating stuff. But I will also make that times. Also, Noor does this interesting thing in her book where there's like no capital letters. It's pretty cool. I think there's like 2 capital letters in the entire book, but the title of each poem, I don't know if you guys can see this. Probably not. Maybe. Yeah. The title of each poem and the subsequent poetry is all in lowercase, and even I believe the foreword, the intro, is all in lowercase. I think there's just like maybe one or two instances where there's a capital word. So, I mean, like, we may want to play with that, right? The reason I bring that up is maybe we want all of this to be lowercase. But that's just a thought. All right. It's kind of small still. All right, so we'll look at the formatting here, but sorry, these Spotify ads are distracting. Yeah, but something like this, short and easy to read, is probably good for video. And then in terms of colors, like, we want to try to pull from the imagery. So like if we're going to use something like this, we want to pull from the imagery. So we could actually pull from the book here. So we can use this dark purple. We could use, you know, the color in the rocks if we want something darker. You know, there's the sky's a little too light, but maybe it's just this slight gray in the rocks. Because black is just too black. Yeah. All right. So if we're going to make that lowercase, we're going to make the person's name lowercase probably. I don't know. We'll figure out what we want to do with that. All right. So this is just an example. And again, you know, once we bring all these assets into the video editing program, you know, we can have the text fly in from the side and so forth. And, you know, just all the cool stuff we were looking at before. All right, water break. Oh, I'm bopping my head to music that you guys can't hear. There you go. All right, going back to our storyboard here. I think we're ready to take some of this into take some of this into Premiere or After Effects. I think we will start with Premiere though. Actually, since we're doing quite a bit of text graphics, maybe we will start with After Effects and then bring it all together in Premiere. Hey Mariam, thanks for, sounds like you like how the text matches the rocks. Yeah. Okay, so I think we're ready to bring this in. I'm just thinking about the best way to do this. I will do probably one scene tonight, and then I will save the rest for next week's stream. But let's see if we can get something moving on the screen, and then I think I will be happy ending maybe the stream. Maybe I'll continue to work on it after the stream, but let's go ahead and crack open After Effects. And let's get some motion on the screen. Pretty sure I opened After Effects, didn't I? Not used to talking this much. All at once, at least. Alright, so we are doing... new composition. I want to make sure I get this right. We want this for YouTube. I believe we want 1080p. Pretty sure these are for video screens, and these are, at least these resolutions look more for the web. You know what, I'm gonna look it up real quick, because I think it would be kind of a pain to have to change that later. Let's see, After Effects settings for YouTube. Okay, 1920, 1080, 29 per second. So that would be this one. Okay. All right. I think that's good. Hey, you notice my purple sunset lights back there, Mariam? That's awesome. See, somebody noticed the effort I put into this. All right. You know what I haven't used today? I haven't used my soundboard, and I got this set up. All right, here you go. Since you said that, I'm gonna call you out, Mrs. Khan. That soundboard is just for you. All right, and this one is for Rehan.
Bruh.
There you go. Okay. So you guys are probably tired of staring at a blank screen here. So what we're going to do is now bring in some of these assets into our video file. So I will, how do I want to do this? This is a Photoshop. That's a Photoshop. Okay. Man, it's been a while. It has been a while, After Effects. Remember using you in college. Alright, let's start with something simple. So I want to bring this in as layers. That's not what it's doing. And maybe I don't want to bring it in as layers, actually, now that I think about it. I will want to do that for another one, but not for this. What I really like to do is change the length of this from just 2 frames.
We've expanded our support to help businesses adapt and grow online while many of their doors remain closed. If you're a business owner or know someone who is, visit facebook.com/resource for free tools and resources to help adapt to today's environment. That's facebook.com/resource.
Winter! It's a great time for hiking, yoga at home, or watching your dog run endless circles in the park. With new arrivals coming in all the time, Sierra is the perfect place to find big savings on active apparel, fitness accessories, athletic footwear, and even pet toys.
Oh, okay.
Stay active all year round. Epic brands, best selection.
Photoshop sequence,
Sierra is making it easier
create composition,
updated health and wellness practices.
retain layer sizes.
Today, or shop online at Sierra.com.
I think I want composition.
Excuses. They don't curl up and quit. They make the most. They plan.
Let's see what happens.
They get. And yeah, they have worries, but the little moments, the ones most walk by, there's more in those, and the seeker can see why. So when the future looks uncertain and times look rough, seekers, they see those little moments are more than enough. Here's to the seekers.
Okay, yeah, this is what I was looking for.
Ranking for all that you seek at CQSeekers.org.
I don't know that this is exactly what I want, but we'll find out. my composition needs to be longer. There you go. Surprised this didn't come out darker. Should have. New solid. I don't know how to change the color from here. That's okay. Let's try a different approach here. So Alright, so I'm going to try to bring in some of this imagery. We're just going to do a test for the video setup. Okay, and so this format here is going to be what we need for the video. So I'm going to do that. And so we can do something like that. Okay. And then I'm going to hide this here. And I'm going to combine some of these layers because we don't want... I could do something interesting with like the foreground movement. Let's combine some of these layers. So it's the rock. So everything, yeah, everything up to here is the foreground. Yeah. And if you want, these grid lines are basically what's safe for video. Like on a screen, anything outside of these blue lines can get cut off sometimes. Not necessarily true of the web, but I don't need this. So I'm just deleting any extraneous layers here. We really don't need the text either for what we're going to do for the video. So I'm going to save this as cover video comp. Okay. And I could make all of this just together, but in case I want to do something like have the book come in like this slowly. Well, you know what? I need to move this over. I can do that if it's on a separate layer. Okay. Alright, good. I'm going to try this again. Alright. File, close all this. Close project, don't save. New composition from footage. Let's try doing it from here. Create composition. Retain. Let's see composition. Import. Yes. Okay. All right. Now we're cooking with gas. What are you saying in chat? Rehan, did you try my lightsaber chopsticks by John? Wait a minute. You got lightsaber chopsticks for Kamran, and you didn't get lightsaber chopsticks for me.
Bruh.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Seriously?
Bruh.
How you gonna do that to a brother, man? All right. So let's go here. So now that we have these on separate layers, we can animate them independent of each other. So this took way too long to get to this point, but we can start at least animating a little bit. So let me name these appropriately. So that is the background. This we're gonna call, how do I rename this layer? There you go. Book. Background. Right, what did I do?
Every day at Sierra, you will find top brand apparel, footwear, and gear for 20 to 60% less than department and specialty store prices.
How did I hide my background?
Incredible prices are 40 divided by 2.5 even lower. So get ready to save a
Oops.
lot at Sierra. Epic brands, vast selection, teeny tiny prices. That's Sierra. Sierra is making it easier to shop clearance in stores with updated health and wellness practices. Visit your local Sierra store today or shop online at Sierra.com.
Small businesses are the foundation of our communities, and right now, they're facing extraordinary challenges. That's why at Facebook, we've expanded our support to help businesses adapt and grow online while many of their doors
Okay,
remain
there it goes.
closed.
I don't know why the background disappeared.
Or know someone who is, visit
So now if we have a book,
Facebook.com/resource for free tools and
we can
resources
animate.
for
So
environment.
let's just say I want to go 5 seconds in, and I want
Also has almost as many ways to save as there are types of music.
the position of the book to change
Save more for adding driveways.
at 3 seconds.
Save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com.
Alright, so this is kind of cool. So this is where animation comes in. So let me play this now so you can see it.
To your gears.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early
So at 3 seconds.
features. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. All
Okay, that's kind of weird. Why would the rock move? That's not how motion works. Alright, let's see. Sorry, this is me just having fun here. So in order for this to work, and I could be just crazy and wasting time here, but let's try moving the foreground too. And the background's gonna move in the opposite direction. Let's see how that looks. Alright. Yeah. So when you do this, when we have the background and the foreground moving together, it simulates kind of an effect like a camera. The problem is I might need a longer background image. Which means, because my background doesn't go all the way over here, which means maybe I need to mess with the scale also. So this is all just for experimenting. I'm probably not going to stick with any of this stuff, but I want to make sure I test out a few ideas. So I'm going to scale. Can I scale? Yeah. Alright, so let's see how this looks. So come in here. Yeah, that could be okay. But let's make that animation a little bit lengthier. So we might do something like that. If we make it lengthier, it's slower. So that's nice and slow. So now it looks like our scene is animated in, right? Let's move this to the beginning of our video. Alright, there you go. We probably want to scale the book a little bit too, since we're scaling the background. So let's turn on scaling for the book. Adding keyframes there, and then let's see. So we had the background get bigger, so I'm gonna have the book get bigger too. Which means, where's my tools to make this bigger? Just a little bit, so there you go. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. Alright, and all that takes 5 seconds. And that might be okay, or we might want the sequence to take 8 seconds? 6 seconds? And we can stretch that out, right? So here's what it looks like at 7 seconds. Alright. And you know what? I'm gonna, just for fun, I'm gonna add some audio here. So let's turn off this Spotify audio. And let's find one of those audio tracks that I downloaded. Alright, I don't know that I love any of these. I don't know if that's the right mood for this book. This one's better. It's better than the first one. This one, I think it's too cheesy. I don't know. I don't know that I love any of these, but we're gonna go with the second one here just for fun. And I'll play the video against this music. Okay. All right, so we'll have that. So we can play that, but let's go back to our Spotify track here, and what I'm gonna do is go ahead and add in some text, and then since it's getting late, I may add in some text and then call the sequence a worthy experiment, and then continue next time. But let's go ahead and add some text. So. New text. Alright. There you go. Hey, that yellow's not too bad. Adnan was here. Okay. Alright, and let me get our text from our Photoshop. So I'm gonna use this text here, but that won't be the final text, because more than likely the final text is going to be it's going to be the author's name and the title of the book for this sequence, but. Right now I'm just experimenting with images and text, so. Alright, now how do I get this to wrap? All these tools work a little differently. Do I actually have to put carriage returns here, or can I get wrapping text? All right, let's just work with that. And we're actually gonna start this after the after the 7 seconds of animation. And again, this is not real timing, but that's okay. So we're gonna have the text come in here. This is what it'll look like when the text is there. I'm gonna duplicate this because we want this text to be the person saying it. I'm going to call this Sally Reader. We're going to go with our lowercase text here, just keeping in theme with the book. All right, so I'm some of the stuff I'm just doing to keep those viewers semi not bored. So I'm just kind of showcasing some of the animation and stuff. So let me save this before Photoshop crashes on me. Because that is always a thing. And we're going to call this Purple Sunset. When you're running a lot of programs like I'm doing right now, there's a not so small chance of crashing. All right, so we got two elements here. I'm going to do something where I have the second bit of text come in after the first. So the way we want to do that, let's go ahead and animate. Oops, I reversed it. Okay. I'm going to have a fly-in for this text here. So I'm going to go position and opacity, and that is going to change over the course of 2 seconds. So we're going to add a keyframe there. And what it's going to change to is the opacity is going to go from 0 to 100 over 2 seconds, and then the position is going to go from basically off screen, so you can see that red line showing the animation. So now if we animate this, you'll see. Okay, and I think I didn't really like how that played out, so I'm going to make that fade in happen faster, and then I'm going to make the slide in from not so far. So let's see how that looks. I actually think I want it pretty much on screen when it comes. I don't want it to fly from so far off screen. So I'm gonna bring that whole thing on screen. So it'll be a much subtler motion. Yeah, there you go. That still was a little bit so we're gonna make all this happen over a shorter time period. So let's see how this looks. So this is just tweaking. Honestly, it's still too long. So I'm gonna make this happen over maybe half a second. And this is just tweaking, you know? Okay. So I think I want it slower. Let's see what happens with that. Okay. It's just moving too far. And so the movement needs to be more subtle, I think. So let's try this. There you go.
And right now, they're facing extraordinary challenges. That's why at Facebook, we've expanded our support to help businesses adapt and grow online while many of their doors remain closed.
So now it's fading in faster.
Visit facebook.com/resource.
There you go.
Free tools and resources to help adapt to today's environment. That's Facebook.
Right, that looked like it. The animation was not smooth there.
Every day at Sierra, you'll find top brand apparel, footwear, and gear for 20 to 60%.
Why is it bouncing?
And specialty store prices. And during clearance time at Sierra, those incredible prices are 40 divided by 2.5 carry 1, even lower. So get ready to save a lot at Sierra.
All right, I'm gonna turn the position off. I'm gonna turn this animation off and start
Is making it easier to shop clearance and
it fresh. So we're gonna put a keyframe there,
Sierra store today or shop online at Sierra.com.
and we're gonna start here.
Listening to this Allstate commercial about savings might be the hardest thing about getting the savings.
And I'm just gonna do a very subtle
Allstate customer.
move. 1, 2.
And save even
Let's try
more
that.
driving safely. Visit allstate.com or click to get a quote. Find out how much you can save today. Allstate. Minimum effort,
Okay.
maximum reward.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on other signing musical. Drive-bys is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate by casualty insurance.
Okay. I'm not sure if I want that to happen faster, but let's just leave that there. All right, and then we're gonna add in the text. That is the reader's name. And so I think I want to do kind of the same thing, but I want it to come in from a different direction, the opposite direction. So we're going to do, again, position and opacity. And we're going to have pretty much the same thing. We're going to start it a little bit later on both ends. So opacity is going to go from 0 to 100. So basically fades in. And the motion is going to go from right to left instead of left to right. So I'm going to do 1, 2, and hopefully that's correct. So, nope. So what am I doing wrong there? Oh, so I need to start this 1, 2, because it's going to come in from the right. And then I'm going to move this back to, I think I just reversed it. Yeah, there you go. And then I think I want the offset a little bit more between the two. So after the quote comes in, let's try them completely. Well, let's try offsetting them a lot. So First the quote, then the Sally reader, then the person who said it. And I kind of want to move the position of both of these, but I have to be careful about that now because I'm animating them. So all this is animating is tweaking. And I feel like the author's name should come in quicker. I think all of this should probably happen quicker, but that's okay. So I'm gonna move this up a little bit. 1, 2. And that means I have to do it to the other animation keyframe. 1, 2. Let's do it down here. 1. Oops. Down here I meant. 1. No. I need to click on the right layer. And then go 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. Hopefully I didn't screw something up there. Yes, I did. Wow. Alright, let me undo that. Okay. So I'm gonna play this one more time with the soundtrack here that we're kind of gonna go with. So let's do that, and let's just fade out the let's fade out the text. Let's play this one more time. I think I got the fade correct now. Let's try one more time. All right, so we got the cover, we got some text moving on the screen. That's kind of what I wanted to accomplish here, just in the short time. I'm gonna probably do a part 2. I'll probably do a little bit outside of the stream because some of this is just setup work and tweaking, and I don't want to overly bore people watching. But I'll do some setup. This kind of gives me a good idea of where we want to go. Like, I think we want to do 3 quotes, so I'll have 3 excerpts from 3 different reviewers fly in, and maybe we'll do the star things. I'll have the author and the name of the book, and actually let's just review our storyboard here. So we've got the author of the book, we've got the excerpts with the text flying in, and then we want to do some of the poem. And actually, one last thing I think before I call it quits tonight is I do want to bring in some of the motion graphics too, just to give everybody an idea of how that will come into play. So let's close that. Let's go ahead and drag in motion graphics, and I've got a few here. Let me see. I'll bring in this video, and I will bring in another one. Let's bring in that one. Just as 2 quick examples. I'm gonna see if I can do this really quick. I know that's probably famous last words, but let's bring in this video clip here, and then let's say let me move this to the top if I can. And again, this is just an example, and to see what we like. All right, so look at that. Look at that beautiful ocean there. Beautiful. Okay, so let's copy some of this text. Copy, and then let's move this up here. Come on. Okay. So I'm just moving this text on top of my video here. Sally Reader. Copy that one. Okay. And let's just change the text. So now, let me find an excerpt from the poem. There's one I really liked that I wanted to use. If I can find it. She's got so many good poems in here. I'm going to put a link. I want to encourage everyone to pick up a copy. So I'll put a link in my video. So if you're interested, you can pick up a copy. Is it Rise? Is Rise the one? Yeah, I think Rise might be the one. Of course, I picked the worst. I picked the worst video clip because not only am I not showing the sun, which is part of this poem, I'm showing the moon, and it's dark. So I'll try this over another clip, but for now, again, for testing's sake here, I'm going to copy this poem. So this poem is called Rise, and I am hopefully going to do a good job typing this. Let me make this text a little bit whiter. Let's pull from the moon color. So that's kind of our brightest thing in here. And then I will, after I type this, I will recite it, and maybe I will record myself saying it, even though I do not have a nice voice, just to get a feeling of what it might sound like with someone who has a nice voice doing it, and we can get a feel for the pacing. So I know the sun will rise tomorrow, and so will you. Okay, beautiful poem. So I need to be careful how I move this around. I'm going to turn up the position and turn off the opacity. That way I can move this freely without worrying about the animation. Okay, and maybe we want the font to be bigger. And we could, you know, again, this is getting a feeling for composition and feel, but there's so much we can do in terms of animation. Like, we could, as the person reads it, like, highlight the colors of the words. We could fade in the sentences. So probably ideally, instead of just putting all of this in one big paragraph, I would probably have, as the person's talking, I would have the text fade in and out of the screen. I think that would look very nice. I would probably have a more appropriate motion graphic, but we'll look at changing the background in a second. All right, so I know I want a fade in here, so I'm going to do a quick fade in. So I'm going to go from 0 to 100. So that's my 0, and then I'm going to fade in. And again, ideally I'd do this, each sentence would fade in. Okay. And maybe, you know, just for funsies, we are going to mess with the position. And this time, I'm going to take it from something large. I actually did not mean position. I meant scale. I'm going to, because we did position before, so I'm going to take it from something large and scale down to the normal size. So let's go about 200%, and then we're gonna, okay, that did not look good at all. And it was too fast. So scale from, let's say 120%. Still feels like too much. Let's make it more subtle. 110%. So just a 10% increase, and then we'll do it slowly. There you go. Alright, so not perfect, but that's okay. That's okay. And yeah, again, this is just experimenting with the text and the motion. I do, I'm gonna do, and again, we could put this, we could drop it just to show you what another background would look like. Let me do this. So now you can kind of see it over the ocean waves. But let's see what it looks like over the sun rays. Purple sun rays, right? So I would change the text layout probably. I'd probably have it centered or more over to the right. But this is just an example of how we can play around with the different elements. Alright, so the last thing I want to try is a voiceover. What's the best way to do this? I want to see if I can record an audio. I don't know if you can do that directly in After Effects. I don't know if you can record an audio clip. Probably not. What about Windows? Man, Windows, I haven't done this in ages. Wow. Okay, so there's a voice recorder. I used to do this as a kid all the time, record audio out of my Windows machine. But, alright, so how does this work? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello, hello. Gosh, I just realized my voice is so hoarse because it's late and I've been talking for like 2 hours straight. So this is going to sound horrible. But that's okay. So, how does this work? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, and then can I save this? Save it with your family. No, that's not what I want. Open file location. Aha. And then does it let me bring it in here? Oh, it does. Oh, that's nice. And then does it let me play it? Play. Oh, how does this work? Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. That was easy. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna apologize to the author, Noor, if you're still out this, or if you're watching this later. For my recitation here, okay? Because one, I have just a horrible voice at the moment, and two, I'm not going to do this justice, but that's okay. All right, let me do my best here. Rise. I believe in you, the way I believe in the sun. I know the sun will rise tomorrow, and so will you. All right, there you go. That's my awesome recitation right there. Let's find the file here. Rise. I believe in you, the way I believe in the sun. I know the sun will rise tomorrow, and so will you. Okay, all right. That's all right. So I'm going to drop this in here. And this is going to give me an idea of the pacing. And normally you don't do a lot of the sound effects in After Effects. That's something we would probably do in Premiere, but since we got this open, I'm going to try it and see how it sounds. Rise. I believe in you, the way I believe in the sun. I know the sun will rise tomorrow. Okay, so that's why pacing's important, because my audio goes a lot longer than this video does. So let's see here. I think I need to change my comp time. And this is important because if we want to keep the video to 60 seconds, you know, just that audio clip right now, gosh, what was that? 15 seconds, I think. So, and if we want to use a motion background, we need to make sure that it is, yeah, that we are able to keep the video going as long as the audio. So either I need to say that faster. Let's see. Rise. Yeah, and see, I didn't start for some time. Is this going to show me the waveform? Yeah, there it is. Nice. Okay. Rise. Okay, so it doesn't actually start until like right there. So, you know, I would clean, like you can hear some clicking and stuff. I would clean that up. Like I would add audio. Here, let me just do this. So I'm gonna make it silent before I start clicking around. There you go. All right, there you go. So rise. Rise. I don't want to come in before the text. Rise. I believe in you. The way I believe in the sun. I know the sun will rise tomorrow. And of course we want the text to stay up there the whole time. So again, this is just part of the process, and this is kind of what takes a lot of time, right? So the fade out, so this is what we want to do. So we want, well, we want to keep this going as long as the audio clip, for one. I know the sun will rise tomorrow, and so will you. Okay, and this is black because our unfortunately our video clip runs out, and there's some stuff we can do to time map that. We can make the waves and all that move slower, for instance, or we could just get a longer clip, or I could read my thing faster. But that just gives you an idea of how this might come together. All of this needs to be tweaked. I'm gonna play the music and the I'm just going to play the whole thing with the music, and then I think we're going to call it there. So let me go ahead and start this. Sorry, I'm just trying to do two things at once here, so play. So, example of the music being way too loud. And again, you can turn down the volume of the music, especially when someone talks. I think we want to lower the volume. I'm going to just lower it a lot right now and then play again. Rise. I believe in you. The way I believe in the sun. I I know the sun will rise tomorrow, and so will you. All right, so did we get done? Of course not. Do we have a lot more to do? Yes. But I think this kind of shows like how you can take a lot of mixed multimedia. We're taking video clips, we're taking text, we're taking sound, we're taking voice audio, we're taking like 5 or 6 different things and we're putting them all together in this pot, and then we're trying to produce something nice. So I'm going to do a lot more tweaking, cleaning up. I think I have the kind of idea of where I want to go with this. So I may either do this live next time, or I may do a little bit on the side. We'll see. I think I might set things up a little bit better. So if I do it live, it's a little bit more entertaining to watch. But with that, let's go to our intermission here so you guys can see me. Thank you for watching. For those 3 viewers who made it this far, this late at night. I know a lot of us have jobs and need to get up early in the morning. So I do appreciate you stopping by to watch me work on this. Hopefully you found something interesting in there. If not, it was a lot of fun for me. So thank you guys for dropping by, and that will do it for the stream. All right, see you later. Peace.